Hello and welcome to a very new style of content for me today. I'm going to just simply go through a blog with you and see if we come up with some interesting language along with the information that we'll learn about in the blog. So yes, I've decided to go with a random one from IFL Science. It stands for love. You don't just I effing like something. I effing love science.com. And this one is, I'm going to bring it up now. So, Japanese government declares victory in war against floppy disks. Floppy disks. Now, I'm going to go through this, read it with you. And if we come up with some, we find some new language, I'm going to show you how I would use the internet to better understand that language, be it pronunciation, definition, examples, what kind of context, what kind of collocations, that kind of thing. So it'll be useful for you for sure. So yes, Japanese government declares victory in war against floppy disks. Floppy disks, do you remember them? I wonder what age, this shows your age. This shows your age. I am now 34. I was born in 1990 and floppy disks were still around when I was conscious of technology. This was a form of storage in the computer. Floppy disks, there they are. Have you got your floppy? Oh gosh. There was definitely a joke around that in the classroom. Oh, he's got a floppy. Okay, so up until last month, Japan had 1,035 regulations that involved the use of floppy disks, storage devices that can only fit a couple of megabytes of data at best. Goodness me, I would be in serious trouble. I'm constantly being asked by Apple if I want to upgrade my iCloud storage. I don't want to be paying that much money for it. But yes, I would really struggle if I had a floppy disk amount of data. The Japanese government has finally got rid of them. Hurrah! Now there is only one regulation that uses them concerning vehicle recycling. Spearheading. Okay, this is a good word. Let's just do the full sentence. Spearheading this initiative is the digital minister, Taro Kono. Okay, so spearheading. This, I would guess at defining this would be the person who is starting this, initiating, the person who is driving or motivating something. Spearheading this initiative. So Taro Kono is the person taking lead. But let me show you how I would just confirm. So I'd go to ChatGPT and say spearheading, define it for a B2 learner of English. Probably put it the other way around. Define spearheading, blah, blah, blah. So it's a verb to lead an activity, project or movement. When you spearhead something, you are the person who starts it and leads it. She is spearheading a new campaign. Can I use it as an adjective, noun, or adverb? It's mainly used as a verb. Can be used as a noun. Okay, so a person, so he is the spearhead of the campaign. They formed a spearhead team to tackle the issue, so you can use it as an adjective. And it's not an adverb, of course not. What is the most common way to use this word in English? Okay, this is a really, really good way to sound more natural with new vocabulary that you're bringing into your brain. So it's suggesting that it is more of a verb, right? So the most common way to use the word is as a verb, especially in the present participle form. She is spearheading something. The organization is spearheading efforts. He is known for spearheading the campaign. Okay? So let's go back to the beginning. So Taro Kono is spearheading the initiative. Floppy disk. Ending floppy disks, I guess. During the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic, it became clear that reliance on paper filing and outdated technology was a hindrance to the rollout of contact tracing apps and digital identification. The digital agency, was set up in 2021 to push antiquated, I had to think there, antiquated. But let me just show you how I would check for pronunciation. So I would start by just typing the word and then pronunciation into Google, and they have a nice little diagram to show you the lip position and the teeth and the tongue, right? And they've got it broken down into sounds, and it's not even relying on the IPA. Many people don't know the IPA, and so they would be lost if they saw it if they saw it like that. Many people don't know that, do they? So that's really useful, and you can hear it, obviously. And the way that they show the stress of the syllables is by putting the main one in bold. So the first one is the primary stressor. Antiquated. And then if we look at the IPA, according to Cambridge Online English Pronunciation Dictionary, the UK one has it here as well. So we've got the primary stressor here. There's no secondary in this word. So we've got 4 sounds. Antiquated. Sorry, not sounds, syllables. 4 syllables, right? Antiquated. And then the meaning, antiquated. Meaning of antiquated, really simply. I know that doesn't really make sense in English, but that's the thing about ChatGPT. It will understand gobbledygook. Gobbledygook, complete nonsense, illogical sentences. The computer system is so antiquated that it can no longer run modern software. So this means something is very old and no longer useful or relevant. Okay. So up, where are we? To push antiquated technology out of government, such as fax machines and floppy disks. Fax machines, yeah, remember that. We have won the war on floppy disks on June 28. So that should be, this is probably, it's a non-native. So we won because it's a simple past moment, that date in the past. So we won the war on floppy disks on June 28. The phrase, the war on something, I would say comes from like the war on drugs or the war on terror. That kind of thing came out of the American politics and American politicians kind of campaigning against something that they don't want to, they want to push down. What am I trying to say? They want to overcome. So he's kind of playing with that, I would say. The war on floppy disks is not really a big thing, is it? Floppy disks, but he's making it something. So Kono told Reuters in a statement on Wednesday, the last producer of floppy disks, Sony, stopped manufacturing them in 2011. It is high time that the reliance on this tech was taken seriously in Japan, but the country is not alone in reliance on old tech. Earlier in the sentence, there was a nice word, reliance. Not reliance, high time. Yes, that one. High time. It is high time. It is about time. We should be doing this thing by now. It is high time we all learn how to save lives. Sure. So again, high time, I'd take that and I'd pop it in ChatGPT and say, give me 3 example sentences in different contexts using high time. Make sure they are natural ones that are commonly used. So we've got personal life. It's high time you cleaned your room. It's been a mess for weeks. Classic parent sentence. Workplace. It's high time we updated our office equipment. So this could apply to the war on floppy disks. And then it's high time the government took action on climate change. That's a really good one. So you see how we're already learning a really natural way to absorb language. So that the reliance on tech was, so other countries are using old tech still. Public organizations, governments, universities, and scientific experiments often rely on established tech in their systems, even when the rest of the world has moved on. To move on, to no longer have that thing, have gone on to something better. They've moved on to better technology. Many universities have stories of expensive experiments running on operating systems that have not seen an update in a decade. See, I actually remember this in the university that I went to when we were running experiments within psychology. The tech that we were using was outdated. It was clunky. It was old. Clunky. That would be a word that we would use to describe old technology. Clunky. I'm just going to check if I can. How would you use clunky in the context of technology? Now, I know ChatGPT is not the gospel, but I would feel comfortable reading this. The old software is so clunky that it takes forever to complete even simple tasks. Yeah, I'm not going mad. Not going mad. So clunky is a good word for that. All right, let's go back. So so we got up to there. But if we want to stick to floppy disks, there are 2 big examples to mention beyond Japan. British Airways, Boeing 747 to 747-400 fleet used floppy disks for its avionics software all the way to their retirement in 2020. No wonder they've had problems recently. 2020, they've been using floppy disks. Also, the US military stopped using floppy disks to control its nuclear weapons only in 2019. Jeez. I mean, it's maybe robust. It feels quite, dare I say, analog. Can we say that? Maybe. It is believed that the sales of the device will continue for several more years. Imagine meeting somebody and saying, "What do you do?" They say, "Oh, I'm a floppy disk salesman." You'd say, "You need to move on. Come on." That is a clunky piece of storage. Despite it being abandoned almost everywhere. I'm just going to read that again and just highlight how I used the wrong tone towards the end of that sentence, that last clause, because I came into it late. I read it a bit weird. So it is believed that the sales of the device will continue for several more years, despite it being abandoned almost everywhere. See the difference? And even when long forgotten, it will remain as the symbol of the save button. Oh yeah, the icon for the save button on everything is the floppy disk. I wonder if Gen Z understand that, or if it's lost on them. If you're watching and you're in the Gen Z category, and I think that is age 18 and below right now. What year were Gen Z born? 97 to 2012. So if you were, I'm only 7 years older than Gen Z. So if you were born between those years, can you comment saying it's not lost on me or it is lost on me, the icon? Okay, so the save button, that makes it a virtual, I don't know that word. I don't know that word at all. Skewomorph. An object or feature which imitates the design of a similar artifact made from another material. And then computing, it might be this one, an element of a graphical user interface which mimics a physical object. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. Skewomorph. 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 Let's learn through images. Skewomorph. Okay. I still... So it's gone up. So this is another interesting thing. So you can look at the usage over time. To do that, you just put it into Google. You might want to type in meaning to encourage the dictionary widget to come up at the top. And then you click more definitions. It's got the origin and then it's got the usage over time graph. And you see how towards 2019, it's gone up in usage. So I'm just going to do one last thing. Give me this word in 3 examples. And because I've already primed it in this thread of using B2 language, make it really obvious kind of stuff, it will give me really simple usage, which is nice. So the calculator app on my phone is a skewomorph because it looks like a traditional handheld calculator. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Many early digital cameras featured a skewomorph by incorporating a shutter sound effect to mimic the sound of traditional film cameras. Right, okay, so it no longer needs that sound, but it puts it in there to make it feel like the original. The web designer added a skewomorph by using an icon of an old-fashioned mailbox to represent the email function, giving the website a nostalgic feel. Nostalgic meaning memory of a previous positive thing. We often have nostalgia of the past. We tend to think it's better in the past than now. There's a lot of interesting stuff around that, which we could go into in another video. But yeah, that makes sense. So now I feel like I understand this word skewomorph. But yeah, as a native, I've never seen that before. Do what you want. Do what you want with that information. Do what you will. That makes it a virtual skewomorph, something retaining the ornamental value of a physical object that is no longer in use. All right, so there we go. That's the end of the blog, and that will be the end of the video. Thank you very much for listening to watching this one. I normally do a podcast, the British English podcast, but I'm coming back to Real English with Real Teachers, the YouTube channel. Just to see if I like it again. It's been a while for me. But yeah, let me know if you liked this kind of video. It's quite easy for me to do, so I might do it quite regularly if you like it. Let me know, and we could even do it live and we could get interactive. That could be quite fun too. All right, my name's Charlie. Check out the links in the description box. We've got lots of freebies. You could check your level of English for free. If you don't know your level, it's important to know what level you are at so you can see progress is being made. But until next time, thank you very much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.